Hello, everybody. This is Sinema77, horror and cult film lover, and I'm back with another cult film, another sexy movie today. Let's see here. Quick little story going back in time. I remember, I'm sure all of us, guys and girls, we all remember, being young and everything else, and we see somebody that we get a crush on or somebody that we become instantly attracted to in movies and television and things like that. And I can remember, being young and I managed to catch the movie Risky Business and oh, Rebecca DeMornay. She just set my heart aflutter. She truly did. Even to this day, I still think she looks amazingly gorgeous, But yeah, she was always like a childhood, I always thought she was a hottie tottie. But anyway, though, so then I was like, okay, well, great, yeah, her and Risky Business and everything else. So then a few years pass, and then here it is in 1988. Yes, sir. 1988, we got the movie And God Created Woman. Now, when I saw this movie and I saw Rebecca De Mornay in this movie, my head was about ready to explode. Um, this movie here, the movie is directed by Roger Vadim, who actually remade this from an older film that he did, I believe, with Brigitte Bardot. And this here was, a remake of the movie. And funny enough, I used to live in New Mexico, and this movie was, shot in New Mexico, I believe. So anyway, but yeah, look at her. Is she just gorgeous or what? You can tell by her hairstyle, though, that it is an '80s movie. But oh my God, is she heart? Is she just breathtaking or what? So anyway, so the movie starts off. She plays a girl named Robin. She's trying to escape from jail and everything else. And so she's running away and everything, and she sees a car coming. Turns out it's a limousine, and so she runs out. She flags down the car and goes, and the man sitting inside is actually a politician, played by Frank Langella. Played Dracula, he was in Lolita. He's been in a lot of movies. Very big name actor. So she asks him, can you help me get away from here? Sorry, I'm just trying to get away and stuff. Or well, she just asks him for a ride, really. So she gets in the car and everything else. He's all like, okay, yeah, and all this. So she's drinking champagne and everything else. Turns out he's going into the prison that she just got out of. And, so she's ducking, trying not to be seen and all that kind of stuff. And so he's all like, were you trying to get away from here and all? And she's like, yeah. So he's all like, look, I'll let you slip out and everything else, but you need to, go back and make sure you don't get caught. So anyway, so she goes and she sneaks into this, like a gymnasium and stuff. And this guy played by Vincent Spano, he's in there, just doing maintenance work and stuff like that. And so, he's working on it. And Rebecca De Mornay completely strips down. And all she's got on is just, a pair of socks and shoes. That's all she got on. And, oh, sorry, just thinking about it. Anyway, so he comes up, he sees her, and they, there's kind of a little bit of a moment between them. And these people come in, they're trying to find him, and they're, yeah, are you here? I have the electrician here and all that stuff. So they're kind of hiding under these bleachers and stuff like that, and everything else. And she's like, I'm not trying to sneak out, I'm trying to sneak back in, and all that, shh, and all this stuff. So they walk off and everything else. And the two of them, they get into it, and she just jumps on him, and he's doing her right there, and all that other kind of stuff. Very hot, very sexy moment and stuff. And they get done, and she's getting dressed and everything else. And so he's all like, who are you? And she's, right girl, wrong place, bye, and all that stuff. And so she goes and she meets with her friends. I thought you were long gone from her. Well, I was, but I'm back now, and all this stuff. And so we find out that Robin is actually a singer. She wants to have a music career and stuff like that. And so she's able to, she knows about this politician. And so she thinks she can kind of like, try to see if she could get some kind of help from him because, she got into his car and stuff. And she finds out that basically, like, the one way she could get out of prison, she has to get married. So, and it turns out this guy, the politician, he's already married and everything else. And so she goes to Vincent Spano's character and she asks him to marry her and all this other kind of stuff. And she explains it's just an arrangement and stuff. And so, but he kind of thinks that when she says, let's get married, he thinks, like, let's have a real marriage relationship and stuff like that. It's like, no, it turns out she just wants to get married so she can get out of prison and stuff like that. So she gets out of prison and stuff. And at first he's kind of like, well, you got to come home with me. And, we're supposed to be married. We got to kind of make it look like we're married and all this other kind of stuff. And so, she goes home with him and stuff, but, they find out, he lives with his brother, he's got a kid and all this other, and she's just kind of like, not digging this at all. And, so she's kind of, her whole thing is she just wants to get her music career going and stuff. And so she's kind of just, trying to go on with her life, but now she kind of realizes she's kind of handcuffed to this guy and everything else, and she's not digging it too much and everything else. And at one point, it's like they have an argument, and she's all like, I'm going to go do what I'm going to do. And all this other kind of stuff. And, and this isn't a real marriage, dipshit. I married you so I could get out of jail and all this other kind of stuff and everything else. And so, so she goes and she sees the Paul Franklin Jealous character and everything else. And they get into this real steamy sex scene. And sorry, thinking about Rebecca DeMornay again. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just, she does it for me. I can't tell you. And then meanwhile, he sleeps with another girl and all this other kind of stuff. And then it's in that moment that Rebecca DeMornay and Vincent Spano, they kind of realize that they're starting to fall in love with each other. And so she comes home and everything else, and they're, they get in this fight and everything else, and he's getting a little rough with her. She knocks the shit out of him and stuff. Then, like, the next morning, he's working on his car and everything, and she comes out and, she's all like, are you okay? And, how's your head? And I'm really sorry about what happened last night and all this other kind of stuff. And she's all like, are you getting ready to go to work and stuff? And he's all like, yeah, I got to. And she's like, can I drive you? And he's like, yeah, that'd be nice and everything else. So she, takes him out to this place that he's working on. He's restoring this kind of like historic building and stuff like that. And, I did forget to mention that after she has sex with Frank Langella's character, she does, he does say that basically they can have this kind of relationship, but he's still going to stay married. But, they can see each other on the side. She's kind of like, nah, no, not gonna work. So anyway, so they go to this place that he's been restoring, and she's all like, "Can I come in and take a look?" He's like, "Yeah, but you can't touch anything and stuff." She's like, "I won't." So they go in and everything else, and they start getting this very passionate, lovely, sexy scene. And sorry, oh, damn, Rebecca De Mornay, I gotta hurry up and get through this review. Jesus, man, Rebecca De Mornay is driving me crazy. Anyway, so they get into this very lovely, sexy scene and everything else, and then turns out they're walked in on by um, these people doing a tour and stuff like that. And one guy shoots pictures, and these pictures get out, and all this other kind of stuff. And then the funny thing is it gets out in the papers that her character was caught having sex with her husband, which to me that was kind of where this movie kind of falls apart, because then Frank Langella gets all pissed off, and he gets like he gets pissed off, and he gets, offended and everything else that she got caught having sex with her husband and everything else. And he wants to put her back in jail and everything else out of jealousy and spite and everything else. And so she's, at one point she's performing a show, and, he goes to support her and everything because they're falling in love. But at the same time, it's all like nobody's really paying attention to the show. Everybody just, like focusing on her ass and all this other kind of stuff. And he gets pissed off and starts fighting with guys and all this other kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, a romantic movie where they have that kind of like, they have that kind of like scene where they break up, but eventually, they're going to make up and get back together again. And then she finds out that, there's a warrant out for her arrest because she was caught having sex with her husband and all this other kind of stuff. And then, so she's, ready to go, and, she goes to him, Vincent Spano, and she's like, I'm ready to turn myself in and all this other kind of stuff. And then everything else. And so, she goes and she performs a song for the, the politician and everything else. And kind of like the wife of, Frank Langella's character is kind of like, you get the deal. She suspects that something went on, but doesn't really let on to it and stuff like that. But ultimately in the end, that Rebecca De Mornay gets, she gets, she gets free from prison. She's able to go on her own life. Her and Vincent Spano fall in love, and they decide that their marriage is now real, and they're going to be in this real relationship, and it's going to go on and all this other kind of stuff. And that, everything's going to be all sunshine and roses. He's going to go on doing what he does. She's going to continue with her music career, and, they're going to make love, and that's the end of the movie. So anyway, though, we just talked about And God Created Woman with the goddess Rebecca De Mornay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I know. I keep doing that. I'm sorry. We're almost done here, folks. Anyway, though, we got the movie And God Created Woman. This movie's awesome. Yeah, Rebecca DeMornay in all her lovely glory. Okay, stop that. Stop that. Okay, finish the damn review, dickhead. Anyway. Okay, so anyway, yeah, good movie. I mean, if you want to see, I could see maybe like watching this with a girlfriend and stuff. She can get past the nudity and stuff like that. There isn't that much of it in here, but it's a little explicit in a couple of scenes. But yeah, I mean, this is actually like a movie you could watch it with your wife or girlfriend. It's not really anything obscene or pornographic or anything like that. It's just more like a love story with a little sexiness thrown in. But yeah, it's a good movie, and I say if you come across it, I think this movie definitely needs a Blu-ray release. Or actually, I'd rather see this in 4K. Rebecca De Mornay in 4K. You bet your ass I want to see that. But anyway, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. Yeah. So, ooh, isn't she great? Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. We talked about And God Created Woman. If anybody took the time to watch this video, I thank you for doing it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you for watching this video. And this is Sinema77, horror and cult film lover. And if you love Rebecca De Mornay as much as I do, then yeah, we'll talk later. So have a good day. Bye-bye.